What's up, Yins? This week on Car Dad Bill, we have ourselves a special guest. I bet you can hear it right now. We have a 2023 Ford Raptor Crew Cab 4x4. Bonkers. 5.2 liter supercharged V8, 700 horsepower, and it sounds like that. Let's go for a ride! Alright guys, first things first. First impressions of the Ford Raptor. Really cool stuff. There's a lot of customizable stuff in here. And first things first, the exhaust note. That exhaust note's wonderful, but you can shut it off. If you're on the highway on a long trip and you need to go far and it's annoying, you can just turn it off and it's quiet. Like right now, I turned it off, it's quiet. And then you hit the button on the steering wheel and you put it back into normal or sport, and there it is. It's popping, it's crackling, you can hear it again. I'm going down a hill. This thing's bonkers, and first impression is just what a great style, what great lighting, what great appearance, stance, all that stuff. It's a Raptor. What do you expect? Let's get to the review. All Yins standing outside this monster. Look at this thing. Look at the just bulk, sturdiness. What do you say about something like this, right? It's just a privilege to take a look at this and drive it. Look at this. Listen to that rumble. Look at the cool 8 pattern. Isn't that sweet? And then look at the adjustable shocks. Oh man. Just ridiculous. Look at that thing. It's really cool. I love these lights. They have refined these lights and moved them around, and Toyota has something similar. All these car companies have stuff that's similar like that, but I love the different technologies of the LEDs. Look how the Raptor just bulges out from the car or from the truck, and you just know. You just know. Lots of lights. I love the lights up top too. Look at those red lights up top. That's your bed cameras up there, and then you have another camera back here for the hitch and for all that. Look at the back tailgate. Look at the exhaust. Listen to that. Really good stuff. I think those are traditional real, I don't think they're real bead locks. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Big all-terrain tires, and I'll show you guys pictures on the farm driving it around in the cornfields and whatnot. Look at those lights. You gotta love it. You gotta love the hood with the 8 pattern again. The lighting, LED projector lighting. The Raptor in the housing. We got 2 rigid fog lights down here, but one of them doesn't work. Not sure if it's like wired up to a different button. There's a bunch of auxiliary buttons in there, but let's go inside and take a look at the interior. All right, Jens, sitting inside the Raptor, and it is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place to spend time. Look at all of the carbon fiber inserts all the way around. The red accent. There you have the tubing up here, the piping, I mean, stitching. And then you have it on the side of the vent there. There's like a plastic piece. Kids leaving stuff in the doors. Never fails. RaptoR. And I made that mistake. You also have B&O sound system up in the headrests, which is pretty dope. Up top there. Auxiliary buttons, I think, is for, you can hook up stuff outside like light bars and lights and fog lights onto that. So that's pretty cool. This opens your shade, your sunroof, all that stuff. Back window. So down here, let's fire it up. Listen. And then here's that button. Low on fuel, right? Sport. makes it a little bit louder. And then there's a Baja mode as well. And that's only for off-road use. So I like it on sport when I'm driving around, especially in town. You can just hear it. Digital gauge and fake analog rotary gauge. Everything up here is digital. It's not a bad layout. It's not a bad system. But look at that mileage. 13.5 almost. But that's where you toggle through everything that's on the steering wheel here. Cruise control settings. And then look at these buttons here. That's your comfort, sport mode for your steering. Then you have your suspension settings, and then you have your exhaust settings. Pretty neat, pretty cool stuff. Down here, same thing. Your different settings for your four-wheel drive, your locking differential, and then you can twist this. When you twist this, it changes up here all the different modes you can be in. And that's pretty neat. Back to normal mode. HVAC system down here. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, cooled seats. I love the logo of the recirculation is like a little truck. That's cool. And then there's your charging station and all your plugs and stuff. This is that section of where you can hit the button for the shifter and it goes down there. And then you can open this completely up the opposite direction and put your laptop up here and actually work on it. And you can store the laptop down here underneath. Really? Down here underneath. That's my laptop down there. And I love these little catch-all shelves. Really good stuff. Good stuff. Cup holder, pen holder, key holder. It's your normal truck inside, right? It just has sick RaptoR everything. Sick RaptoR seats, crew cab in the back. Let's go back there and take a look. And we'll look at the bed. Back seats. Forgot to mention, some of this material is like a jeans rubbery material. It's got like a cool pattern to it, and it seems like it'd be easy to clean and wipe off. Your B&O sound system, really good sound system in this Ford, not bad at all. Huge back seat, huge back seats, static seat belts. These ones are not static seat belts. These ones flop around a little bit, but Anna was able to hook hers up pretty easily over there. I left my shoes in here so you could see the size of the floor in comparison to just the size overall. Rubber mats, good stuff. I like the RaptoR running board too. Gotta have RaptoR on everything. Gotta say it everywhere. Now, this is the cool part. So you have this button underneath that opens the bed up automatically. You have your clamp areas here to hold things down. You have your measurements for whatever you need to measure. I used all of these different tie down areas all over the place down here. And then you have your plugs back here if you need plug, lighting, and it's on. It has different levels of lighting. Isn't that cool? Now this bed, you can use the key to flip it up. You can push it up yourself by hand. You can hit a button underneath here, which is kind of awkward, to make it go up. Or you simply lift on it a little bit and it goes up by itself. I think that's clever. I think that's actually useful. Let's go for a ride. Yins! You guys need to hurry up and subscribe to the channel. This RaptoR's taking me crazy places. It's too fast, it's too loud, it's too much of everything. Subscribe to the channel. All right guys, before we get on the road, let's go over some facts and figures. I have a Monroney here from Ford, but the Monroney doesn't have base price, MSRP, or any MPG on there. It does have the options. The options that we have on this one is the azure gray metallic tri-coat, and the wheels and a couple other things. The RaptoR package, obviously, engine block heater, stuff like that. But for our intensive purposes, 23 Ford Raptor Crew Cab, the 5.2 liter supercharged V8, 700 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic, similar to the one that's in my 18 Ford Expedition, but this one behaves way better than mine. It feels good where it's at. They rate this at 10 and 15 miles per gallon, city and highway. The CDB MPG, the real MPG that I'm getting, is 12.7 MPG, and that's actually stayed there for the whole week pretty much. In, you know, driving on the highway, driving in town, all that stuff. It stayed pretty consistent there. But let's get on the road and talk about how bonkers this thing is. All right, Jens, the good and bad, the driving impressions. Now, this is a RaptoR. And excuse me for not saying that in the beginning of the video. It is the RaptoR. It is the 5.2 liter V8. It is the monster that you want, really. It is, if you're looking for a vehicle that's high performance, and I mean high performance all around, braking, acceleration, off-road ability, trackability, all that stuff, you could do that with this. And that's what this is. This is a very kind of niche, specialized vehicle. It's not to be mistaken for something else. So my good and bad list reflects that, because there's really no bad per se. If you're buying a Raptor, you're gonna accept the mileage. You're gonna accept the fact that you have to slow down, and parking spots aren't big enough half the time, and you just can't take this everywhere. This is a specialized vehicle, and it's awesome, right? So back to the good list. The good list starts with the complete insanity of the V8, the supercharged V8, the sound of it, the way it behaves, and then bringing it back, right? Like, we didn't have a V8 for a while there, so now we're back at it, and it's awesome. It sounds wonderful. The second thing on my list is just the great engine, the customizable part of the vehicle, the Recaro seats, and the lighting. Those are my favorite things about the Ford RaptoR. Starting off, I showed you the lighting outside when I was walking around it, and it's always been a trademark special thing for the Raptor. It always had those extra lights, like the heavy duty lights per se, fender lights, front grille lights, the 3 lights across the front. You knew what it was when you saw it. That's like a signature thing for the Raptor. And this one's like a refined, better use of the LED technology. The housings are really cool, all that stuff. Love it. Customizable part of the Raptor is another thing that I think is really nice. You have that drive mode button that cycles through all of those different settings. And then you have the steering wheel, which also has customizable settings for your steering, for your suspension, and for the exhaust, like I showed you earlier. Love the ability to actually customize how you want this thing to behave for you. Great engine, great seats. The Recaro seats are heated, they're cooled, they have speakers in the headrests. It's one of those things, it's a super nice vehicle to ride around in. You are jostled around a bit. People are gonna find that a little bit annoying, but you're driving a Raptor again. Like, what do you expect? You expect it to be rugged, you expect it to be loud, you expect it to be fast, you expect it to catch everyone's eye wherever you go. And sure enough, this one does. And the azure gray metallic paint job on the outside is spectacular. It's like a bluish gray, but it looks really sharp, and it makes this thing stand out, especially amongst all the white and black cars that are out there these days. I'm gonna take us down to the highway here shortly and give it the throttle so you can hear it. But this is Car Dad Bill this week, and I give it a thumbs up only because of just how crazy it is and how bonkers it is. I don't know that I could live with something like this all the time, full time. It's not a task to drive it, but it gets horrific gas mileage, and it's just, if I don't want to be loud like this everywhere I go. So that being said, now taking my kids to hockey practice or taking my kids to a baseball game, right? You want to pull in this stuff. This is the stuff that you pull in, because all the dads come over and they're like, dude, this thing's unbelievable. And it is. It's cool for that matter. It's cool to talk to people about. It's just a cool truck altogether. We're getting up to the highway here. I just wanted to mention, I did get a chance to take this thing off-road on a farm of a client of mine. Drove it around in the hills and in the dirt and in the grass and in the cornfields and on steep inclines and different kinds of inclines. It was really cool. I got pictures of it, and that's really what this thing's all about, right? It's go anywhere ability. It's just fun. That's what this is all about. I love it. Here we go. This is where you guys wanted to be anyway. You wanted to hear this thing whine. And there's not a whole lot of supercharger noise. It's really mostly exhaust and like muscle. Yes. 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 Uh-huh. I want more of that. I want more of that stuff. I like that. Listen again. Oh man, is that thing good. That just, the noise that thing makes is just, hello, I'm here, we're gonna go fast. We're gonna go fast right now. And on an incline like that, on the highway, it is just something to behold. Gives you goosebumps. Ford RaptoR, thumbs up. Real cars for real people, for real life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you again